A very good afternoon. Welcome to Elkem Business Spot. My name is Elijah Kelvin Morongi, and today we've come back with yet another episode of Elkem Business Spot. And tonight we're going to be speaking funeral services. So with me, I have a very, very beautiful guest. She's going to take the absolute honor to introduce herself to you so that you can get to know. But just before we get started, this show is proudly sponsored by Feelings Bakery Cafe and Restaurant. It is located here in Masindi, that is along Kijunjubwa Road or Kijunjubwa Street, and next to Sautek House. But also we are sponsored by Kabalega Resorts Hotel. You can reach out to them for accommodation, conference facilities, bar and restaurant services, the swimming pool, and then the grounds for events. We are also sponsored by Urban Chef Salon, Masindi. You can reach out to them for manicure, pedicure, and for all the haircuts for both ladies and the gentlemen. But also, those that would like to get a touch of the massage, you can be in position to get Urban Chef Masindi. They are located along Masindi Port Bell Road or Main Street, Masindi, opposite DFCU Bank. So now today is less about that, but it is more about the conversation that we're going to be hosting today. So we're encouraging you, for those that would like to get the business results, those that would like us to host their businesses on Elkem Television, you can always reach us. You can always come through to our offices so that we can be in position to consider having you on set. Now, today we're going to be speaking about funeral services, and my guest tonight is Kihumuro. Rachel, yes, Kihumuro Rachel, who is the manager of Arise Funeral Directors. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Elijah.
Okay, you can be in position to introduce yourself to the people that are watching you live on Elkem TV.
Thank you very much, Elijah. It's a pleasure being here. To our viewers out there, greetings from Arise Funeral Directors.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. Good to have you on the show. All right. No, so let us get started. Let's dive a little bit into Arise Funeral Directors. How does it start? What does the background look like? Why do you choose Arise Funeral Directors? But before we go to that, let's first go for a very, very short commercial break. And when we return, we're going to be speaking Arise Funeral Directors. Okay, welcome back. This is Elkem Business Spot. My name is Elijah Kelvin Morongi. Sorry about the technical glitches, but we are actually sorting out that. Now, we're going to pick it from here, Rachel. Arise Funeral Directors. the viewer would like to get to understand what inspires Arise to get started. How does the background look like? But maybe you can tell us briefly about the story, how it gets here.
Okay, how we get here to Arise.
Okay.
Back in 2010, we first tried as Divine
Okay.
Funeral Services,
Okay. Divine.
which did go well for us.
Mm-hmm.
It only
That is
lasted
in
for 2010.
Okay, 2010. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
It only lasted for 4 months.
Mm.
Yes, and it collapsed
Mm.
due to some reasons. Businesses, when you're starting up businesses, we lacked experienced workers,
Okay.
capital requirements,
Mm.
and I think we didn't know well what was really needed to start up such a business.
Mm.
So Divine Funeral Services collapsed.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So in 2012,
Mm.
we went up to Kampala. Actually, Divine Funeral Services had started in Fort Portal.
Yeah, Fort Portal. That is
Yes.
in Western Uganda.
Yes.
Mm.
So later on in 2012, we went up to Kampala in Mulago.
Mm.
We partnered with some people there and worked under their names.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So you were more of service providers, but under a certain brand.
exactly.
Okay.
So later on, in, let me see if I can recall well, 2018.
Okay.
2018, we after working under other people's names,
Mm.
in 2018, July 2018,
Mm.
we came back big and better. We had gained experience.
Okay.
We had understood what exactly it needed to start up a funeral company. We had gotten experienced workers. So we rebranded as Arise Funeral Directors.
That is in 2020.
July 2018.
July 2018.
Yes.
All right. Now, first of all, we need to get to understand what exactly inspires this whole thing of you coming up with this sort of business. Maybe you could venture in, let's say, electronics. You could venture in any other sort of business. Why funeral services?
We are in an era whereby things are changing.
Okay.
So with funeral service, we used to see that funeral service was only done in the other countries, the European countries.
Okay.
So of course it finally came here. Mama Regina of Uganda Funeral Services started it here. So even other people, we embraced it and started it. And this is one way of giving a decent send-off to your loved ones.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we get to hear about Arise Funeral Services, we are thinking about the decent send-offs of the people's loved ones,
Yes.
right? Okay, so 2018, you come back alive,
Yes.
kicking.
Big and better.
Big and better. And then you call this Arise Funeral Services. And then
Directors.
Arise Funeral Directors. I
Directors.
don't know why I like the services bit.
It's okay.
But maybe because we are LK Media Services, so I'm so
okay,
used to
it's
the
okay.
word services. So when you get into 2018, you start in Kampala, or you start in Fort Portal?
We started in Fort Portal again.
In Fort Portal again.
Yes.
So currently, how big are you? Where is Arise Funeral Directors?
Thank you, Elijah. As I've told you, in 2018, we came back big and better.
Okay.
So we started up another branch in Fort Portal. Then later on, in October, still 2018, we opened up a branch in Hoima.
Okay.
And actually in Hoima, we felt there were no funeral companies that were fully stationed
in the area.
Actually, Bunyoro as a whole region.
Yeah, because most of the services will definitely come from Kampala. Yeah.
Yeah, so as Arise Funeral Directors, we thought it was best to start up a branch in Hoima. So we started up a branch in Hoima, which is in Kijungu, behind Hoima Resort.
Okay.
It's where we've been since 2018 up to date. Our offices are located there. And actually, I'm happy as Arise, we were the very first funeral company that opened up in Bunyoro region.
Okay.
And
then others
followed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let us pick it from there. So when you get to Hoima and then currently in Masindi, because you're the manager of Arise Funeral Directors in Masindi, what are these services that we look at? Because most of the people, just like you said, they would think it is more of giving someone a decent send-off. Yeah, their loved ones a decent send-off. What are these other services that people do not know that you people offer, and yet they are very, very important on the market?
I'm sorry, Elijah, I'll take you back a little bit.
Okay, it's fine.
When we talked about opening up Hoima branch, we later on, due to demand, there was demand for service.
Okay.
So we extended our services to Masindi. That was in 2022 March.
Okay, a little to cut you short. So when you talk about demand, I don't know. Demand for services, does it mean that at this point the market was really growing?
Yes.
Okay, when it gets back to your kind of business, sorry for bringing this kind of a joke, but did it mean that now people were dying the more?
See, people die every day.
Yeah, people die every
people
day.
Die every day.
So you realize more people are actually dying. So you're like, let's try.
Not really that many people were dying every day. Like the number of people dying had increased. But people wanting the service. People who wanted the services, the funeral services, the number had increased.
Yes.
So we had to
relatively
extend
to
up.
the people who died.
Yeah. We had to extend up to Masindi, that is in March 2022, whereby later on in April, still 2022,
okay,
we fully opened up our Kampala branch. Yes, we already had a branch in Kampala.
But
we had an office, but
the Divine bit of it, and
Divine had already collapsed. So we had an office in Kampala, but we fully opened it up in April 2022, and it's in Chirudu.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but why Chirudu? You see, Chirudu has a lot of things. It is where you get the hospitals, where you were targeting the market of the hospitals that someone crosses from the hospital when whatever has happened, and then they can be in position to jump to your services. Okay, maybe I would say that was a strategic location. Okay. So, when it gets to the services, what are these services that funeral companies offer? Arise Funeral Services. What are the services that you look at? Okay,
services offered by Arise Funeral Directors. We do embalmment. That's, some people call it body treatment. Embalmment.
Okay.
Yes, embalmment. That's body treatment.
Okay.
We do grave construction. We do grave finishing.
Okay.
In terrazzo, granite, and marble. We also do body storage. We do body transportation to a wide geographical area in Uganda. Then we also do the funeral management.
Funeral management.
Yes.
Good. Let's pick it from funeral management. When we speak of funeral management, I know it might include most of the other things. Yeah, that you've talked about, the grave, the storage, the treatment, and what have you. But then when it gets to the funeral itself, what do you look at as, what do you call management?
Management is taking care of most of the responsibilities. Yes, during a time someone has lost a loved one. Yes.
All right. So how does it start? How does someone get to be your client? Does it start with someone saying, okay, is it like insurance, where someone could say that, you know what, when I die, I'm opening up an account with Arise Funeral Directors, so when I die, these people should be the ones to bury me. So how does someone get to be your client?
How someone gets to be a client? Thank you, Elijah. Someone gets to be our client when they've lost a loved one.
Okay.
We have offices.
That is where everything starts. First
Yes.
lose.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, they can't come to us when
Before
they've
they
not
have
lost.
lost. No, I could say I've liked these guys. I like the way they do their things. So when
Just like you did.
yeah, yeah. Of course, I like your services.
Okay.
So when I die, these people are there. Those kinds of clients. Can someone start like that,
Oh, yes. There
or you
those-
feel it's a misfortune?
I can't say it's a misfortune because we all know death is inevitable. We all have to die one day.
Okay.
Yes. So someone becomes a client when they've lost a loved one, as I had already told you. They come at our office. We have offices,
Okay.
just as I told you, Fort Portal, Kampala, Hoima, and Masindi. So someone comes at our offices. Our offices are always open 24/7,
Okay.
and we have managers who are fully stationed there who will attend to you.
Okay.
So definitely the whole story starts there when you come to us.
That everything starts when you come to you.
Yes.
So we're looking at some of the people that will lose their loved ones internationally, lack of a better word. Okay, let's say I've been staying in the US, so definitely maybe somehow they need to get my, how do you call that, the body?
The
Yes?
remains.
The remains.
Yes.
Okay, you need to get the remains to Uganda. So do you have that option that you can be in position to pick someone from whatever country they have been in
Oh,
and
yes.
bring them to the final?
Yeah, we call it body repatriation.
Okay.
Are we together?
I last heard that in economics.
Okay, then we
The
do it.
repatriation.
Yes, we do it.
Okay.
At Arise Funeral Directors, we do it.
All right. So our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, we're going to be going for a very, very short commercial break. And when we return, we're going to be looking at more what Arise Funeral Directors has for you on the market. And then we're coming back shortly. Right, welcome back from that short commercial break. This is Elkem Business Spot, of course, when you need business results. Now, we are telling you this show is proudly sponsored by Feelings Bakery, Cafe and Restaurant. They are located here at Kijunjubwa Road in Masindi, that is next to Sautech House. They're telling you can be in position to reach out to them for all kinds of confectionery services, the cakes, the cookies, those sweet things that you'd like to have, the daddies and stuff. And also you can be in position to reach out to them for fries, that is the chips and chicken. Bring those people out so that they can be in position to have a taste of the Feelings Restaurant, Cafe and Bakery. We're also sponsored by Urban Chef Saloon, Masindi, and we are saying you can reach out to them for all kinds of haircuts, the female and the males, but also those that would like the manicure and the pedicure services. You can be in position to reach out to them on Main Street, Masindi. That is opposite the DFCU Bank or next to King's radio station. Also, Kabalega Resorts, the Comfort Zone. You can reach out to them for all accommodation, bar and restaurant services, the swimming pool, and also the gardens for the events. So we're back. This is Elkem Business Spot, and of course we're speaking navigating funeral services. So what we last had it was how you can be in position to become a client of Arise Funeral Directors, and the story starts when you lose your loved one,
Yes.
right? That is where everything starts. Now we need to get to what sets you apart, because we've had quite a lot of funeral companies, that offer the same services that you really do offer. So we need to understand what is that unique thing, the unique concept that you add to the whole process for you to be set apart.
Okay, what sets Arise apart is the smartness.
The smartness.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The smartness. I think you've also witnessed that.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we speak of smartness, what are we talking about? Because most of the people would say smartness in the brain, smartness physically, the outlook, smartness in how swift you do things. So what is the smartness here?
Basically, dress code.
Okay.
Okay, as you said, physically. And the way we do our things.
Okay.
We are very organized.
Very organized and
Yes.
smart.
Yes.
Okay.
So that makes us unique from other funeral companies.
All right. So that means when someone is looking at value proposition or the value they're going to get from Arise Funeral Directors, the first thing they get is smartness and the kind of organization.
Yes.
So then how does that relate to the market? Okay, how does the client get to benefit from your smartness or your kind of organization?
Elijah, you'll agree with me. No client, even if it were you, no one wants to work with a shabby team.
Yeah, that's right.
No one would love to work with a disorganized team. So
Okay.
that alone is just enough.
Yeah, so that alone is just a hit for
Okay.
you in terms of what sets you apart. We have already looked at the services that you do offer. Maybe if you just want to say them again, but is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay, Elijah. As I already told you, we do embalmment, that's body treatment.
Okay.
We actually have caskets of all types. We do body storage, we have body storage. We do body transportation to a wide geographical area in Uganda. We do grave construction.
So in other words, when you talk about demographic or geographic area, so
Yes.
it doesn't matter where someone is, you can pick them from wherever they are.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we also do grave construction. We do grave finishing, that is in terrazzo, granite, and marble.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. Now let's get to you have clients, right? And most of the clients, sometimes they could be satisfied, and at some point they could be dissatisfied.
Yes.
So what measures do you put in place to see that you have customer satisfaction?
Okay. Talking about customer satisfaction, Elijah, you very well know we are dealing with people who are already grieving.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have a well-trained staff that approaches our clients with empathy and compassion. And actually, the first step being understanding their emotional needs. Yes. Another thing we normally focus on is about clear and open communication. We keep our clients well informed about the entire process.
Okay.
And we address questions and concerns promptly.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is nothing like, we shall respond to that later. This
No.
one will come later. So you keep the client knowing that this is going to happen like this. This is going to take place like this and the other. You see, one of the things that maybe a client or me personally, what I wouldn't like is to supervise, okay, to keep an eye on a lot of things, more especially when I know you're the service provider, then I have to keep on checking, have they done this and the other. How do you get to handle that? This whole thing of making sure that everyone is doing what they are supposed to do.
Because we have a professional and well-trained team.
Okay.
So they are not, our client should be rest assured that the service provider he or she hired will do everything as they
want it to
Yes.
look like. All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. And now get into the human resource. Yeah, because you see, in all these things, we cannot work alone. We cannot be in position to live out a lot of things, and more especially, the office of the human resource or the department of human resource is very, very important. How is it at Arise Funeral Directors?
Elijah, I'm sorry, I'll take you back about customer satisfaction.
You don't have to be sorry. It's okay.
I'll take you back.
Okay.
Here I want to talk about availability, whereby we are always available to provide support 24/7.
Okay.
So our families should know they can reach out to us. They can reach out to our service anytime, because with death can never adhere to schedule.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So are you saying that I can call you know what, Rachel, that is at around 3 a.m. I need you to come do this and the other. I have someone that has passed on.
Oh yes,
Or they are opening hours. When you look at for us, you're open by this and closed by this.
we have open lines. We have office lines that are always on 24/7. So if you happen to call me around that time, of course we'll make arrangements. And I think in the very earliest time, we'll reach out to you.
Let's talk about you. Have you had days that you feel like, okay, I've been sleeping, but I need to wake up and go and get this started? I mean, a client calls you at any sort of wee hours of the night, and they need your services.
Oh yes.
How do you go about that? Do you leave the sleep, or
Yeah, I do.
be like, let's see that in the morning?
I do.
Okay. And you go attend to these people.
Yeah, because you know why? This is something I do because I do it with passion.
You love it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I committed myself to do this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask a very, very short question, and maybe for the purposes of the viewer. You see, it is quite unique that we have a female on the show, and more especially when they are the managers of a funeral company. Yeah, female and funeral. Somehow, female get to freak out. Usually, when they are in this kind of business. How do you get into it? I mean, what is so special about you and the funeral passion? Or let's put it to passion. Yeah. Like, why in all things?
First of all, I'll tell you, Elijah, I'm proud.
Very proud.
Yes, to be doing this.
And to be attached to a funeral company.
I'm proud to be doing what others think women can't do. People think death is so scary, because I've always gotten questions like, how do you handle, don't you fear? But
because honestly, it is scary, isn't it?
not really.
Okay.
Not really. And I'm happy working as a funeral manager. And I'm glad in Arise Funeral Directors for the 6 years it has existed. I'm the very only female manager.
You're serious?
Yes.
Let me ask, do you have a team of female apart from you?
Yeah, we also have
okay.
other female.
Okay, that is
we
quite
work with.
Three, and I'm sure maybe most of them have found you in the business, or maybe
Yes.
they get to see from you and they, what
Some
she
we've
can do
started together.
Okay.
But I'm glad my bosses spotted me and
All right. Another quick question: do you apply for this to be a manager of a funeral company, or they look for you,
Sometimes,
or you're part of the board?
with jobs. No, I'm not part of that show of the board. Not part of the board.
Okay.
But, as in this era where we are, we look out for jobs. Yes.
So for you, sir, out of all these jobs, this is the job for me.
Elijah.
All right, no. Don't worry about that. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Elkem Business Spot. Now we're going to be getting to the last segment of this particular show, and when we return, we're going to be talking about what has Arise been in position to do for the 6 years that it has existed, and also we get to understand more about Arise and how you can be in position to get in touch with them in case you need to work with them. For now, let's go for a short commercial break. Business Spot returns. All right, welcome back. This is Elkem Business Spot. Of course, when you need business results, my name is Elijah Kelvin Morongi, and today our guest is Rachel Kihumuro, the manager, Arise Funeral Directors. Now, we're going to be proceeding, but before we just proceed, we have a few comments, and I'll be reading them out. Thank you so much, our viewers, for keeping it live on Elkem TV. So, Baneke Alpha says, I'm watching live in Masindi. Thank you so much, Bani, for watching. Rina Piera says, okay, she appreciates the sound clear. Thank you so much, Rina, for that compliment. Then she also said, I should come for juice. All right, of course, feelings is here for you. You can be in position to come for juice on your budget. Yes. Rina. Then Nachimera Jenny says, here watching too. We have Benjamin Sajabi watching in Kampala. Hope to link up with the MD if she shares her number. All right. Sajabi, okay, I think it's business. Okay. And then Bunny says, Rina, live my juice. And then Chua Daniel says, watching live from Hoima. Benjamin says, do they have offices in Kampala?
Oh, yes,
you do have the offices. I guess, Benjamin, you've been positioned to get these contacts before we get done with this show. And then, yes, Chua did respond by saying it is located in Chirudu, Kampala, opposite 911 Lounge. Then share your packages. Itwe about insurance, we see how to support in case. Share your packages. Itwe about insurance, we see how to support. Thank you so much, our viewers, for keeping it live on Elkem TV. Keep the comments flowing in. Keep your questions coming. We have the expert of funeral services here. They'll be in position to be to answer all your questions. So now, getting back to you, Rachel. We've talked about all these other things, how someone gets to be a client, and something that I liked, by the way, is the fact that your clients come. the story starts when your loved one passes on.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is where everything starts. But me,
Yes.
I'm saying I'm coming to open an account. I don't want this whole thing of people starting to collect money from me, that let us try to do this and let me have my account opened. I don't know, would you accept that one?
Now,
Mm-hmm.
this has been at least a request from people out there.
Yeah.
Since I myself, I go to the field,
Mm.
so I've always had people who want to open up accounts with us. So that is
And why not? Why are you not doing it currently?
we are growing.
Okay.
We are a growing company, and we are working on it. And actually that covers up people who are asking about insurance. So we are working on it, and I'm sure at least by next year
It will
we
fall
shall
in
be
place.
able to have
Okay.
that service with us. So people can open up accounts, people can use insurances.
Let me tell you the fact. I want to
Yes.
save. I want to be buried in how did you call it? Decency.
Okay.
This muchitiwa. Yesterday I was talking to my producer and I was telling him how we're going to be having a show about funeral services, and I was like, abo bakuzika muchitiwa.
Hello.
Bakuzika muchitiwa. So nange ekitiibwa nkola ki? Ekitiibwa nkyagala. Yes. All right. Getting to the things that you've done. Yeah, you've been in Fort Portal, you've been in Kampala, you've been in Hoima, now even in Masindi. You have these 6 years of experience. What are the things that you can benchmark, or things that you can look at and be like, okay, we have done this?
Yes, thank you, Elijah. This one I'm very grateful to our superiors,
Okay.
because they have spearheaded this. So as a RISE funeral directors, we normally focus on, remember we are dealing with death. Yes, so we normally focus on widows, orphans. Yes, so I can proudly tell you, as a RISE funeral directors, we've had partnerships with organizations. Before I speak about the organizations, I want to let you know that we prefer working with organized groups, not individuals.
Okay.
You get me?
Organized groups, not individuals.
Yes.
Registered groups? What do you mean
yes.
groups?
Yeah, registered groups. So like now I'm going to talk about we partnered with Mika.
Okay, okay. I get.
Mika Orphanage. It's an orphanage in Hoima, headed by Madame Sophie.
Mika
So-
Eco Resort, something?
No,
different.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an orphanage. So we've partnered with Mika Orphanage. It's a place where Sophie gathers orphans. Yes. So we've managed to partner with them. We've supported them with food, basic needs. You know, we always we fix time, go visit them, take basic needs for them, support them with food, support them financially sometimes. And one thing I can happily tell you is we've supported Mika Orphanage Home with machines, sewing machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is more of a midimo mikono.
Yes,
How do they call that in English? It has skipped my mind. Our viewers, you can help me type that in the comment section. Yes.
We've managed to give them sewing machines to make sweaters. These other sewing machines for tailoring clothes. So at least these machines can help them make sweaters,
Okay.
make clothes, which they can later on sell and generate some
Income.
to still take care of the orphans.
Okay.
Yes.
We get that.
Then also we have Lift Me Up Women Initiative in Fort Portal. It's an organization that we
Okay.
also partner with. With this organization, we as a RISE, we help the widows with the mushroom project, then also the rabbit rearing project.
Okay. Now before you proceed, I feel RISE is actually doing a lot of work,
Okay.
more especially when it gets to support. Something I should have asked before is your objectives, because someone out there would think that, okay, these people are just about death. But what I'm getting to learn right now, or to hear right now, you're offering support to young people, to orphanages, and now here you are offering support to a lady initiative, women initiative, and ladies that are dealing in mushroom. So a little bit, what is the objective? What is that pushes you again to do the support and whatever?
Of course, this corporate social responsibility.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
have
that
to
is
give
supposed
back
to be
to
there.
the community.
Okay, give
Yes,
back.
yes.
Okay.
We
I
can't
get that.
only be basically like we
Getting
are here to
from them.
make money, getting from them, and we really can't give back.
Yeah, true.
So that's why we are here. We partner with organizations to see how we can also support.
Okay,
Yes.
I get you.
And especially, I'll emphasize on this: widows and
Orphans, widows, and orphans.
Yes.
Well, but how about the men that lose their women?
The men
But-
that
but honestly,
the
we need to
widowers.
involve the boy child. Yes. How do we call the man that loses their wife?
He's a widower.
A widower, yes.
Yes.
Now what about the widowers?
Of course, we also support them. Now you'll find some
Does
are
it have to
engaged-
come with evidence? Or I can come and I be like, you know what, I'm a widower, I just lost my wife, I need the support.
You know, with you guys, it's a rare thing. Once the wife passes on, you remarry. You remarry.
But something with the women. Honestly, I've
with
seen...
women, Elijah, I will disagree with you somehow.
Eh.
You know, with women, some of them, once they lose their husbands, remember they have children. They have actually like 4, 5, or 3. Some will live in, like, they'll say, I'll not get married
No,
again.
we've had widows in high school.
Yes.
We've had widows at campus. We've, I mean, people lose. I remember I had in my high school. I had a friend of mine. We were in the same class. That is A level at Katikamo. So she lost the boyfriend in the vacation. So isn't that a widow? I mean, anyone can be a widow at any point.
No.
No,
Were they married?
but they were dating.
Were dating?
Yes,
Did
they were
have a
dating
child
and they
together?
were attached. They didn't have a child. Yes, they weren't
Elijah,
attached.
come on.
No, I'm just trying to show you that we have widows. We have widows who have made it earlier without having without having the children. I'm telling you the fact. Someone can be a widow. You'll be there namwandu when you're young.
Yes, you can be Namandu when you're young, but most times, if you realize, they get married again.
Okay.
Yes. Now we are looking at these women, these
Maybe we
widows.
could use their background. Their background instead of the current. Be like, I was once a widow.
No.
You want the typical widows.
Yeah, one typical
Okay.
widows.
Yeah.
And there are those you live in, see, they really need support. Get.
Okay. All right. So you can proceed. You're still telling us about the things that you've done.
Yeah,
The milestones.
the milestones, and I'm happy. We've always given back to these people. We've always supported each and every year because we committed ourselves
To support.
them.
Okay. All right. So, Rachel, getting to how you're leveraging technology, because currently we are in a digital era. Yeah. How are you using technology to be in position to offer these sorts of things?
Thank you very much, Elijah.
Okay, maybe briefly, do you have social media where someone can be in position to reach you, maybe Instagram or Facebook, for them to send their DM and say, okay, I'm very far, but can I reach you on WhatsApp? I'm very far, can I reach you on Facebook?
Yeah, we have platforms like Facebook. We have a page. That's Arise Funeral Directors. Then we also have WhatsApp. Mostly with WhatsApp, we use office lines. Each office has a WhatsApp number, which is for the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what about when someone is looking up to, okay, maybe I cannot make it to Uganda, but then I lost my loved ones. You understand? How do you do that for them to be in position to see that they would still get to see whatever is happening at the funeral and be in position to be part of the burial or the funeral.
Okay, thank you very much, Elijah. I'm grateful to tell you that we've dealt with such clients
Okay.
for all the time we've been in service. This is how we do. We normally have people who connect us to those people, especially maybe it could be a family member who will connect, who will make connections between you and the other person who is abroad. And when it comes to how these people can get to be part of the
Funeral,
of the
even when they're
funeral
not here
event,
physically.
even when they're not here physically, we normally have the Zoom services.
Okay.
We provide Zoom services to our clients.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to be getting to the end of this particular episode of Elkem Business Pod. But before we get to the end of this particular episode, Rachel, you did talk about your milestones, things that you've done, but also we need to understand, what does the future hold for you? What is the future plan?
You know, God knows better about the future.
Okay. Yeah, you may wake up in the morning and now you're dealing in oil and gas.
You know, so me and you should agree over this. God knows better about the future.
Okay.
But I'm glad to inform you about the future plans for Arise Funeral Directors. By end of December this year, 2023,
Okay.
January, that's 2024, we shall be opening up a funeral home in Kira. Actually, it will be one of its kind here
Okay.
in Uganda.
Wow. So funeral home for a layman. What is funeral home?
A funeral home, actually, this is a place where people will have to congregate. Families will congregate there, have vigils there. Basically, it's a place. Now, take an example whereby you're in Kampala, you're renting, you've lost a loved one, could be
You
your
don't have
child, your
land.
husband. And the place where you people have been putting up together, you're just renting, and maybe your landlord can't
Accept you to
accept
do the
you
burial
to-
there.
No, to put up maybe a service or
Oh,
even
okay.
have a vigil there. So this is where Arise Funeral Directors is coming up to help people. They can either come at a funeral home, congregate there, have a vigil there, and then maybe proceed to the villages,
Okay.
the upcountry. Now, say like we also have.
Again, for someone that is watching us live, you see, sometimes maybe some people may not get to understand technical terms. What is vigil itself?
Vigil, whereby people gather together in the night, spend the night together where a person has passed on.
Oh.
Yeah, they come together to
So in Luganda it
comfort.
is what they call okwabyo olumbe.
Okukuma olumbe.
Si okwabya.
Okwabya olumbe is when even the burial is even done.
Oh, after.
Yes.
So okukuma, you said okukuma.
Okukuma olumbe.
Okay, yeah.
So that is vigil.
Okay. So in other words, before people travel and all these things, this has happened on a short notice. You're still struggling on where you can go. The landlord is saying, no, you cannot have your things here. So you have that home.
Yes.
It's the one that you're
where
going to be
people
having.
People can come, congregate, and have vigils there.
Okay. Are you thinking about coming up with a graveyard?
Not really.
Not really. People should bury their people wherever.
And
They-
another thing about the funeral home,
Mm.
you see, in Kampala, we'll have people who may not be able to travel up country to come and attend the burial of a loved one. But at least with this funeral home, at least people can be able to come together, pay their last respect. Yes.
While the body is at that place.
Yes, while the body is at that place.
Okay.
So it basically has to help for people who may not be able, we have friends who be like, they can come here, be with you, spend the night with you, but they'll tell you, I'm sorry, I'm unable to
Okay.
travel with you to the burial place.
But let me
But at
attend the
least
vigil here.
here, if we have this funeral home, your friends will gather, they will come around, be with you, spend the night with you. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
what happens to the people in Fort Potro, the people in Hoima, the people in Masindi? Because now the funeral home being in Kampala, what is the fate of these other people this side?
The fate for these other people. Elijah, I want you to agree with me that people in Fort Portal, people in Hoima, people in Masindi, they always have their vigils in their homes. Because you've seen I've told you the importance of this funeral home is for people maybe now if someone is traveling to Fort Portal and maybe they want to spend the night in Kampala, they're not yet ready, they are not yet set.
So, okay, what I'm trying to understand, so it means that Kampala basically is for the people that are in the city center, yet they have backgrounds in these other areas and they cannot reach there ASAP, very, very fast. Okay.
Because someone said like from hospital, some people will need to organize themselves. As I told you, death does not adhere to schedule. So someone has just passed on, you can't tell me you're just going to move right away to Fort Portal, to Masindi, or to Hoima.
Why do you usually use the word untimely death?
Of course, can never be timely.
Untimely death. Okay, which one is the timely death?
Never. There is no death which is timely.
And which one is untimely?
That one which happens.
Yeah, because I need to understand. You see, most of the people would write and say the untimely death of this person. But I mean, okay, when did you want the person to die? Okay, which one was the timely one?
Believing God's timing is always the best. So, but of course, you can't stop people from using it, the untimely death, because it really happens when they least expect it. No one wants death to come. Yes. So
even including the sick people.
Yes. They also want to heal.
I've seen sick people who say, but why can't I just die and I leave this world?
Elijah, that reminds me to talk about, I've always had this from the people I always move around when I go to the field. So, okay, even my friends, people ask you, you people pray we should die? You funeral service people pray we should die? No, we don't pray for you people to die. Today I want to
so that you can get business.
I want to clarify this today. We don't pray for you people to die.
But you can also be saying that money is lost.
Wait. Elijah, don't say sentence zibuze, but we don't pray for you people to die. I want you to remember that death is inevitable.
Okay.
You can't avoid it. At all costs, you can never avoid it. You can't. So if you say, I'm praying you people should die, so I'm also dying tomorrow, the other day, I'm dying.
And Arise will make the money.
Of course. But we are here to give a decent send off, just like I told you. Yes. Okay. We are here to help people.
Okay, you see, honestly, it is quite technical, and some of these questions go very sensitive, more especially when we're talking about funeral services and stuff, because for you, while people are busy crying, for you, you're getting business and you're getting this money, and at the end of the day, you're happy about it. That is one, because you're going to use that same money to support the orphans, to support the widows, isn't it? But also now someone is grieving, you get. So I think usually it is maybe the misconception people have that maybe you're happy when for them they are sad, and you're always praying for people to die so that you can get the business. Either way, we shall all die. Now finally, I want us to I want us to dive a little bit in someone who is out there and they're like, okay, Arise Funeral Directors are my role model. I would like to start up a business like that one. Where do they start? How can they? Remember, you started collapsed now 6 years later, you're still in the market? That takes me to the advice as well.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you tell them?
When it comes to words of advice for someone who think of starting up this business, Elijah, it's not all about the funeral business only, but I'm giving advice for business generally. Yes, if you're planning to start up a business, I want this to be genuine. Now, understand the kind of business you want to start up.
That is one.
Understand the kind of business you want to start up. Don't go for a business just because you've seen Elijah started funeral business. I also want to start it.
Just because you're seeing a rise on every funeral,
You say I also
they are
want
making
to
money.
start up a funeral company. No. First, understand the kind of business you want to
start up.
start. Then, another thing is do something you're passionate about. Yes?
Okay, it is hard to say that someone can be passionate about death.
Elijah, not being passionate about death, but we are looking at giving services, helping people who are grieving.
Let me ask a quick one. What are you passionate about?
What am I passionate about?
In line with a funeral? Yes, because, okay, definitely if someone has to start a business, it is passion, isn't it?
Yes.
So, of course, the kind of business that you already said, your market are the dead people, you're dealing with death, so someone definitely has to be passionate about death. But what can someone be passionate about in funeral? For example, what's your passion? Maybe it can help us advise the viewers. All right, our viewers that are watching us live on Elkem TV, we're returning in a minute. All right, welcome back. This is Elkem Business Spot, of course, when you need business results. So we're back, and today we're speaking about navigating funeral services. My name is Elijah Kelvin Morongi, and our guest today is Kihumuro Rachel, the manager Arise Funeral Directors. So now I'm going to be in position to read a few comments here. Baswa Lira Salim says, I'm live. And also he says, let me hope Manager Dan is also live. I'm in Bujiri District. Thank you so much, Basalira Salim, for watching us live from Bujiri District. I can see Morongi Joseph Live, great work, manager. Thank you so much, manager. And then we are seeing Kuluthum Namutebi. You're late. No, you're not very late. You can always rewind and be in position to see what has been taking place here, because this video will still be there. And then she also said, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, Namutebi. All right, so we left it at the advice, and I think we're not going to get back to that. But what she actually said is passion. Just be passionate about the kind of business that you're going to get in, and also it is very important that you get to understand the business in and out. We don't want people who will think it is easy in funeral, and then tomorrow they tell them to treat a body, and then they are disappearing. They are yes, so please, if you're coming to funeral services and you want to start this kind of business, be ready to interact with dead bodies. All right, so I don't know why it is quite okay. So now let's get back to the opportunities available, more especially at Arise Funeral Directors. And also we have seen a lot of people, a lot of young people that get to work with you. Maybe let's start with the staffing under human resource. We should have talked about it up there. Okay. But how is Arise Funeral Directors providing employment opportunities to the people? How many workers do you have currently?
Okay, I'll start with that. Basically, it's not only to the people that we directly employ. Mm-hmm. So we also have other people that work with us. And back to your question about our staff. We in Hoima, we are employing, we have 22, a number of 22.
Okay.
In Masindi, we have a number of 18. In Fort Portal, we have 25. And in Kampala, we have a number of 15.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's quite a good number.
Yes.
So if I can look at the total, it's close to 100, close to 25 here, 20 something the other side, and then about 70 close to. All right. So when it gets to the opportunities, how can someone be in position to work with Arise Funeral Directors? I mean, even if it is not just about them bringing you the business, how can they be in position to indulge? What are the opportunities available?
Just as I had already told you, basically, we are it's not only to the people that we employ directly, but to the people around us in our community. These are people, say, like people who sell. We have our workshops. Actually, we have our workshops. We have one in Hoima and another one in Fort Portal, where we do our caskets. So meaning we are giving, there is business opportunity for the people in the communities where we are working from. So like the people where we buy timber, people, tailors, people who sell flowers. Of course, and other people where we buy things to use in our work.
Yeah, the cement. Now it
cement
gets back
and
to the
hardwares, where we buy materials for grave construction, finishing. The radios where we put radio announcements.
Yeah,
basically we
I think we should get an advert from Arise Funeral Directors. I'm talking to you, management. I hope the directors are also watching. Yes. Yeah, we should have that advert here so people can be in position to get to see about what Arise Funeral Directors does. All right, now when it gets to that is about the service providers and all the opportunities that are really available at Arise Funeral Directors. Now, this is very important. Do you borrow on credit?
Do we borrow on credit? First of all, Elijah, I want to tell you as Arise Funeral Directors, let me use this in a local language. Tetwekulembeza sente.
Sente zijja luvannyuma.
Tetwekulembeza sente. No, we don't. At least some people here, some families can testify for me that for us, even if you haven't given us a single coin, we'll start your job. Yeah, that is if you came to our office, we sat down, looked into our services, you picked out services of your choice, then we start the work. We are not this type of, you're living here a certain percentage of,
Deposit.
yes, then so we can start your work.
Okay, let me dive a little bit. Now that takes me to the challenges that you people are facing in that sort of business.
A moment, can
Okay.
we finish this?
Okay,
And we'll
cool.
go to the challenges. I was telling you, we are not that type of company whereby we put a client on pressure, please, you have to give this amount of money so we can start your job. Remember, I'll still say this again. Death does not adhere to schedule. It does not. So remember, these are people who are going to come to you.
Okay.
No one ever plans for death. Actually, if they are there, the number is very small.
I was planning.
I
I was saying when this happens, arise.
Okay, you're planning, but as I've told you, it's a very few number.
It's
It's a small number that plans for death. So most of the people, this happens unplanned. So that is why you have to give people time. That is if they've trusted you. Remember coming to you and choosing out what they really want from you, meaning they've trusted you, and I know they also know they have to look for that money. So this is how I do it. We start your work, do your work, and actually you pay us later at the end of the barrier.
Okay.
You know how? We give you time.
To get the money, to try to mobilize resources here and there, call this and the other, so you can get everything done.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. All right. Now, when I wanted to look at because every business, that is why we have the business spot that would like to address business challenges in most cases, and to see probably what the viewer has to say, more especially when it gets to the challenges. So, have we had clients who you'd provide a service and they eventually do not want to pay, and you cannot unbury?
Of course, when the barrier is done, it's done.
It is done.
You cannot, did you call it unbury? The English for me. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Now, Elijah, just like any other business,
there are losses.
There are losses. There are those people who will not pay you. Of course, as any other business has challenges. Arise, directors as a company, it also faces challenges, just like any other business. Yeah.
So what are these major challenges that, okay, even if it's not just about Arise, just in the sort of industry that you're in, the major challenges that are there?
I don't want to spot out major challenges, but I can't say, you maybe but clients are, how can I even call it? Clients pay. Of course, sometimes you work for a client. At the end of the day, will tell you the money is not enough. I can't clear you to zero balance. You know what? You have to be patient. Yeah, what are you going to do? If they tell you the money is not enough, or the job is done. Because you only have to say, all right, maybe have some terms of agreement,
memorandum,
the client. Then maybe sometimes some come through and pay off the debt. It's a few rare cases who don't come through to clear the debt.
Okay.
There are rare cases. There are rare cases. Yes, we encounter them, but they are rare cases. Yes.
Okay, but also, why would someone come for funeral services, honestly, when they don't have the money? When they have not prepared? Also, people should be serious at some point.
Okay, people should be serious, as you're saying, Elijah. But we are looking at a perception whereby some people have have relatives, have friends, and even when you've lost someone, so some people are good at promising you, I'm going to raise you this amount of money. So you also have high hopes. So when you sit down to draft your budget, remember, Paul promised me
this much,
500K. The other one promised me. So when you can't tap that money, you realize you're able to pay for funeral service. So
Okay.
some of our clients are sometimes disappointed by relatives. Your own relative can also disappoint you, Elijah. Yeah, you can make calls, you make arrangements, and please, we are here in Masindi, we want to use Arise. And the other person will tell you, please proceed. You proceed. With going
They have
to
assured
Arise.
you.
And with Arise, once you tell it, we are going to clear. We want this and this and this. So these guys will set off, Arise team will set off to go and start the work.
All right.
You're also hopeful the other person is coming to help you clear up this bill.
So let me ask a quick one. Are there things that come first, more especially if a client walks into your office?
Yes.
Yeah. What are the first things that are considered even before you get into the field? For example, you said you do not put money at the forefront.
Yes.
Yeah, someone doesn't have to pay and then they don't have to do an immediate deposit. Like, you do not ask for that unless they are willing to. Yeah. So what are the things that you say first things first? We need this A, B, C, and D before we move to your funeral.
Okay.
Just to help the viewer.
Thank you, Elijah. And to our viewers out there who are still watching us, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Elijah, as I've told you already, if a client comes with their deposit, we let them deposit. Together, we let them deposit. Then, another thing is, before we set off to the field, of course, you first have to find out the right contact person. Who is the right contact person? Someone can come at office and has just been delegated. You get? And it's not the right person who is going to pay you off, who is going to clear the bill. So make sure we find out who is the right person responsible
For the funeral.
for the funeral.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. Our time is really fast spent. Our viewers that have been watching us live on Elkem TV, thank you so much for keeping it live on Elkem TV. I can see there is Murungi Joseph saying Fort Portal is also represented. Thank you so much, Murungi Joseph. Thank you for watching Elkem TV, and thank you so much for keeping it live on Elkem TV. So now, our time is fast spent. Maybe you can be in position to give our viewers contacts, for them to be in position to reach out to you. If they want, maybe you can also re-echo where these offices are located and their contacts. Yes.
Thank you, Elijah. To our viewers out there, I can't fail to appreciate people, families who have supported Arise, people who love Arise. Yes. Thank you very much, people, for loving Arise. Thank you for supporting Arise. And we are here to serve you. We have branches. We have 4 branches. We have Kampala. We have Fort Portal. We have Hoima and Masindi. Then contact for Kampala is 0772 86 10 29. That
Again?
is Kampala office.
You can say it again.
0772 86 10 29. That is for Kampala office. Then Fort Portal, it's 0.
The location first, maybe?
Sorry?
The location first.
Location, yeah. In Fort Portal, we are located at Boma. Yeah, at Boma. I think people in Fort Portal know where Boma is.
Yeah. For us who haven't been there before.
So if you go to Fort Portal,
And look
please
for Boma.
ask for Boma. Where is Boma? And once you proceed to Boma, you'll see Arise.
Okay.
In Fort Portal, we are located in Boma, and the contact is 0777 11 0499. Then Hoima branch is located in Kijungu, behind Hoima Resort.
Okay.
And the contact is 07899 26608.
Okay.
Can I repeat it?
Yeah, you can.
07899 26608.
Okay.
That is Hoima office. Then, lastly,
Masindi. Give
Where?
them the office one, don't give them
Where?
your personal.
Okay, lastly, Masindi. Here in Masindi, we are located on Commercial Street, Talemwa Building, shop number 2, and our telephone number is 0779 72 5614.
All right.
That is Masindi office.
All right. That is Talemwa Building, shop number 2.
2.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. It's been good having you on the show.
Thank you very much,
Thank you for coming. All right. Our viewers that have been watching us live on Elkem TV, this is Elkem Business Spot. Of course, we happen every single Wednesday from midday up to 1. That is to say, okay, from 12 p.m. up to 1 p.m. So we're going to be catching up next Wednesday, and we want to ask you to always keep tuned for all our programs. This afternoon, we're going to be having the chat spot. It's going to be coming in with Baneke, Alpha, Morris, and Sherry. So they're going to be discussing, the producer, I don't know, they're going to be discussing things to do with broke men and relationships. Yeah, those that are interested in that kind of conversations, you can be in position to join the conversation. Now, this show has been sponsored by Feelings Bakery, Cafe, and Restaurant. They are located here in Masindi Town. That is along Kijunjubwa Road or Kijunjubwa Street, and next to Sautech House, or as you're sloping to Total, Kijunjubwa Road. And then also, if you're looking for birthday cakes, wedding cakes, the confectionery services, the fries, and all the kinds of foods that you would like to have, you can reach out to Feelings Bakery, Restaurants, and Cafe. But also, for those that have an issue with the weather, we know it is quite disturbing currently. You can come for the coffee, you can come for the tea. Also, you can come and dine. We're also sponsored by Urban Shave Saloon, Masindi. You can reach out to them for pedicure, manicure, and all sorts of salon services. They are along Masindi Portable Road, opposite DFCU Bank, and Kabalega Resorts, Masindi and Hoima. They are located along Masindi Kampala Road, 4 kilometers out of Masindi town, but also 4 kilometers away from Hoima town. You can be in position to find Kabalega Resorts for conference facilities, bar and restaurant services. For those that like the swimming pool, the ground for events, you can reach out to Kabalega Resorts Hotel, Masindi. All right, we've been with Rachel Kihumuro, the manager of Arise Funeral Directors here in Masindi. My name is Elijah Kelvin Murungi. Have a very good afternoon.